So record. All right, so what we need to do is to use a fillet with radius 0 and fillet the two inside and fillet the two outside lines. So it's the two parts of the line that will meet that we need to select. So it is F for fillet, enter. And then we are going to be ensuring that our radius is at 0. Then we're going to be working with multiples. So it's M, enter. And we're going to click this line and then this line. And if you can notice, those two lines meet together. And then the two outer ones, the upper portion, any part you click will stay. And if you go over here, you'll see what would have happened. So you know it can't be on that side. So it will be on the other side, right? So it's the two portions. So we click the two inner and the two outer lines. And if you notice, we now have a L-shaped corner. So I'm going to press escape to finish that. All right. So I hope everybody was able to see what happened just now. Right. But over on the other side now, we need to have a situation where we need to get a T. So this wall is going to meet with this vertical wall coming down. So the bathroom passage wall, this is the passage down here, bathroom over here. The bathroom passage wall is going to intersect perpendicular to the bathroom bedroom wall, right? So it means therefore that the piece that went into the bedroom, we need to trim them off against the left line. So the left line becomes the cutting edge. I'm zooming in on that so you can see. So it's going to be the left line that becomes the cutting edge because it's going to terminate there and then the pieces beyond that need to go. So when we go over back to the AutoCAD drawing, let me zoom in as well and select the left line. That's going to be my cutting edge. And all I need to do is type TR, which is a shortcut for trim, and then just select these two lines. And as you can see, it's going to be terminating exactly at the boundary. So that's how you would trim that one. So now we have the walls, but the intersections need to be cleaned out. Intersections need to be cleaned out. So the shortcut trim will do a very good job there, meaning this needs to go and this intersection needs to go and stuff like that. So why not just launch the shortcut trim, which is TR, enter, and then press enter one more time to put it into shortcut mode, which means that it's going to be selecting all lines as cutting edges. So just press enter one more time. And then just go and pick out that intersection, pan, zoom in, pick out that intersection, zoom out, zoom in, and pick out that intersection as well as that intersection. And then all of our lines are now in place. Now those are the load bearing walls. So yes, I know that there's a closet that we're going to be putting in there, but because I am going to make a copy of these walls so that I can use them when it's time for me to do foundation plan, I don't want to put in the closet wall as yet. So I'm going to select the entire building, launch the copy command, which is CO, enter, and then I'm going to pick a point on the drawing and paste that over here. All right, and press escape. So enter A, enter, zoom all. So as you can see, I have one drawing over here and I've made a copy of it and paste it over on the other side. When it's time for us to do the foundation plan, the steps are, first step will be done already. So we can continue working. So if you notice also in the handout, that step was also given. It says that after we have cleaned up the trimming up here, it says note briefly, use copy command, make a copy of the walls to use for our foundation plan later. So we will come back and be able to do that. Are we okay so far, everybody? Any confirmation?
Yep.
If you have a challenge, you need to ask the question now. So if you are working along with me, you need to let me know if you need some time to do what we have just done, or if you're just following along, then you can go back later on and do it with the video. All right. So that's what we are going to be doing. All right. So our next step now is to put in this foundation, not the foundation, the closet wall. There are two closet walls. There's a linen closet inside the bathroom, and there's a closed closet inside this area. So what I'm going to do is do a zoom in to see close up what's going on right there. And we want to use the line command along with tracking to do that. So it says create closet wall using line command with temporary tracking feature. So let me zoom in again so you can see what it is. I will begin with the closet wall, which is inside the bedroom. All right. So that wall is actually 1800 millimeters away from the corner. And then you have a line drawn 600, then 150 and 600. So we're going to track from the corner here down 1800. And we're going to end the tracking, then draw line going across, going east 600, come down south 150, and then draw the line going back west at 600. So let's do that. I'm going to go back to my AutoCAD screen, zoom in on this area of the drawing, pan up. Now, if you're going to be using the tracking, a very good O-snap to be on while you're doing that is the nearest O-snap. So along with the endpoint, because we're going to have to start tracking from the end of the line up here coming down, we need to ensure that that is on. Let me see, somebody have a question. It says, sir, can you do that again? What it is? I don't know how far back. What do you want me to do again? I may have missed this a while back. Just ask the question out in audio. And let me see exactly what you're asking. Johnson? Oh, no, I haven't done the tracking yet. I was just explaining it. I'm going to do the tracking now. All right. So we're going to do it together. So I've zoomed into the I've zoomed into the area that I want to do it, and I'm ready to use the line command to do the tracking now. So pay attention to the steps. So it will be L for line, enter, and then TK for tracking, enter. And I'm going to click right here in the corner where I want to start endpoint, then pull down in the direction I want to track, and type the distance, which is 1800. How far down? 1800. 1800. Then you're going to press enter. But then, because I reached my destination, we need to press enter one more time, because if you notice, the command line is saying press enter to end tracking. And since we reach our destination, we need to press enter. So if I press enter, it will resume the line command. So it was L enter, TK enter. We clicked endpoint in the corner. We pull south, type our distance 1800, enter, enter. Because the first enter was to enter the distance, and the second enter was to end the tracking. So it resumes the line command. It's time for us to draw now. So the length of the line going east is 600. Then we press enter. Then we're going to pull south, and the length of that line is 150. Enter. And then we're going to pull west, and the length of that line is 600, which is the same distance we pulled going east. Enter. And since we finished the line, we press enter one more time or escape to end. So if you missed it before, I'm going to do the same thing all over again inside the bathroom, because there's another line that needs to be tracked according. So we tracked coming down a while ago 1800. We tracked coming down 1800, and we went across 600, and we come down 600, and then, sorry, come down 150, then 600. We're going to do the same thing again. we're going to launch the line command again and the tracking and start tracking from this corner, 1500 across, end the tracking, draw the line 750, draw the line 150, draw the line 750. So let's do the same thing all over again. So if you missed it before, let's make sure you catch it again. So let me go back to the screen. Talking about this corner, let me zoom in, close up. So it's L for line, enter, and then you type TK for tracking, enter, and click endpoint where you want to start the tracking. Pull in the direction you want to track. Type your distance. In this case, it is 1500, which is the size of the bath we're creating the space for. Enter. So it track up to that point. But because we reach our destination, we need to press enter one more time to end the tracking. So it resumes the line command. And the length of the line going down is 750. 750, enter. And then you pull the line going east. And the length of the line is the wall thickness, which is 150. 150, enter. And then we are going to go back up. Now you have two options. If you don't want to type the 750 again, what you can do is turn on perpendicular O snap and you just come up there and just click it instead of typing the 750. But you will still have to press escape or enter to end the command. Okay? So let me just see, is there anybody who did not understand what took place just now? Are we okay with the steps just now? To
So you could go back to the first one.
which of them?
We'll go back to the first one.
The first one, the 1800 one?
Yes, sir.
All right, let me erase it and go again one last time. So E, enter to erase. So L for line, enter. Then TK, because the same steps as the other one, but I'll do it again. So it's L, enter, TK, enter. You're gonna click where you want to start tracking, the corner, pull in the direction where you want to go, which is south, and your distance down is 1800. You type enter once, and then you need enter again to end the tracking so that you could start the line command. So it's time now to give the distance, which is 600. Going east, enter, and you pull south, and your distance is 150. Enter, and you can either pull and snap perpendicular or pull and type your distance, 600. Enter, enter. Better now? Okay now?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're going to trim out the intersection right here, just as we did right up there. So the shortcut trim will work for that. TR, enter, enter. So I'm just going to right here and pick that out and come down here and pick that out and press enter. So what we have just done is to create our two non-load bearing walls, those closet walls. So the reason why I waited until after I copy this over here to put in those walls is because there is no need for me to excavate foundation, to put waste concrete, waste steel, and all them things on time, excavating foundation for a wall that will only bear its own weight. It's not going to be transferring any load from above coming down. So these closet walls, they don't need any foundation. So we make a copy of the drawing before we start putting in any closet wall and before we start creating any door opening. Everybody understand that? Well, I guess silent means consent. One person has said,
Sir,
yes.
sir, what if it was that it wasn't a closet wall? What if it was just a wall that would not be carrying load other than its own? Would we still have to dig a foundation for
No,
that?
you don't have to. So some partition walls, especially if you're doing all like dry walls don't need any foundation. So you just have your main walls that you have target and make those be the ones that have the foundation and those other walls. So sometimes people will put in some little, you know, them little half wall that you might build in your kitchen up to a point, or some other places. You don't need to have a foundation for those walls. Just the walls that are carrying those main load from roof all the way down to the ground, you would target. So the bedroom walls, the bathroom walls, you know, the main walls for the building, for the rooms.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
with foundation. But those little walls that just going to carry their own weight, they won't even go all the way to the roof. You don't need a foundation for those walls. Those walls can be built on top of the floor. And if it's
Okay,
drywall,
sir.
no foundation at all is needed for that. If you are going to build a building with dry walls, you would only make sure that the main walls are up, and then you just put in your partition walls after. No foundation. You can do the floor first, and then you just put them on top of the floor. That's it. No foundation needed.
Okay. Okay,
All right.
sir.
So the person who asked for me to put back the drawing, are you okay with the drawing, Johnson? I'm not getting any response. I guess he's okay. No, it wasn't Johnson, it was Black. Alex wanted me to put back the drawing. Okay, so you're fine. All right, so our next move is to start creating openings. So if you notice, there are several openings. We're gonna need openings for doors. We're gonna need openings for windows, right? So I'm gonna go through the steps for the doors first by using the tracking feature again that will help to reinforce. So we are going to be starting with the opening at the front here for the doors. So I'm gonna do the doors first, and then afterwards we will do the windows. So it says you are going to create window and door openings using offset, trim, and line command with temporary tracking. So we'll be using those different features: line command, trim command, offset command, and we're going to be using the tracking with the line command. All right. So let me zoom in. Well, I don't know if I really need to zoom in because you can see the measurements. Down here, or I could zoom in, make it a little closer up. So if I were to track 800 and then draw 150, and then later on we could offset. So what I'll start out by doing is just draw one door jamb. I hope you realize that I am calling deliberately the wall door jamb. Most people tend to think that it's the frame. That wooden piece is the door jamb. The correct name is door frame. The jamb is the wall that the frame goes against. So if you have been calling it door jamb, you need to stop calling it door jamb and remember that it is called door frame. The door frame goes against the surface of the wall, which is called the door jamb. The window jamb is also the surface. So we have window jamb and we have door jamb. We have door frame going against door jamb and window frame going against window jamb. So we are going to draw door jamb on one side for the door jamb on one side, door jamb on one side for the bathroom, door jamb on one side for the back door, and then we will just offset the other door jamb with the offset command, right? So we're only going to start with one side. So it's line command with tracking. We track 800, we draw 150. In this case, we're going to track 150 up and draw 150. Then we track across 150 and then draw 150. And then this back line here, we won't need to track. We just extend that line up with the extend command, or you can hot grip it and stretch it. So maybe we could just start with that one first, since that one is not going to be tracking. So I'll go back to the drawing. Let me go back to the drawing. And I'm going to zoom into where the back door is. So we have two options. We could select this line, hot grip it, pull it, and snap it with perpendicular. That's one approach. All right, the other approach, let me undo that, is just to type EX, which is the shortcut for extend, and press enter, enter. And once you click on the line, it sends it up there, and you press enter. So that's what we will do to create the door jamb here. extending. So this door will be flush with the wall. All right. So our back door is now taken care of. Let's go to the front door. I'm going to zoom in right here. All right. Now we are going to track with the line command. So of course, we need the command first, which is L for line, enter. And with line, we're going to be tracking. So it's TK, enter. Now, all I need to do is click where I want to start tracking, which my endpoint is doing. And remember, your nearest OSNAP is good to be on when you're doing tracking. So always advise that you turn on nearest OSNAP. Pull in that direction. How far do we want to track? 800. So 800, enter. And because you finished tracking, you're going to press enter one more time. So it's basically L enter, TK enter, click your point, pull in the direction, 800, enter, enter. And you're going to just go right across and snap perpendicular right there. And then press enter or escape. So that's one side. So we draw, we track 800, and we draw 150. Let's zoom out and zoom in right here at the bedroom doorway. Likewise, you can launch the command again, L enter, or just press enter to repeat the last command and type your TK to put it into tracking mode. And then you're going to start tracking right here, going up. And we want to track 150 going up, 1, 5, 0, enter. And press enter one more time to end the tracking. Pull in the direction and snap perpendicular and press enter. Or if you don't want to use a perpendicular, you pull, type your distance, enter, enter. So you type 150, enter, enter. Let's do the same thing all over again. Same thing here again. So repeat the command, which is line command, then TK, enter. We're going to start tracking in the corner. Pull in the direction you want to track, which is 150. So it's the distance you want to track, 150. Enter, enter. And then you're going to pull up, and you either type 150, enter, enter, or snap perpendicular. Let me do the 150 now. 150, enter, enter. Straightforward. Everybody okay with that? Are we okay with that?
Yes, sir.
All right. If there's a person that has a problem, you need to share the concern so we can go again. But I've done the same thing 3 times in a row. We track 800, we draw 150. We track 150, we draw 150. We track 150, we draw 150. All right. Now, instead of tracking to get to the other side and then draw again and track and draw again and track and draw again, why not just offset the other side? So we're going to look at those measurements, and then we just go into the offset command, stay in the offset command, and just offset all of them. So according to the drawing, the front door, let me zoom out so you can see everything. The front door and the back door is the same distance. All right, I get my 10 minutes warning. So I'm going to continue until it's time to reconnect. All right, so back door, 975, 976 rather, and front door, same thing. But the bedroom door is 826. Now remember, this is not the door size, this is the door opening. So it will be the door frame plus the door. So the reason why this is 976 is because we're going to be putting the door frame on either side, 38. So 38 and 38 will be 76. So the actual size of the door is really 900. Okay. So if you want to know what the size of the doors for each opening, you would minus 76 and you will know the door. So this door won't be 826, it will actually be 750. When you take away 76, you end up with 750. The bathroom door will be 700 because we're going to be taking away the door frame size, which is 76, 38 on either side. All right. So we're going to offset 976, make that be our primary distance since it occurs twice. And then we will override for the bedroom and override for the bathroom. So let's go back to the AutoCAD drawing. So therefore, I will do O for offset, enter. And my distance is 976. enter. I'm going to offset 976 there and move to the back door. And since the same offset distance, I offset 976 here as well. Stay in the offset, come on, we're not finished yet. But when we get to the bathroom door now, and we click and pull, do not click, because if you click now, you're going to offset 976. This is when we do our override like we did before. So this one is actually 776. And when you press enter, you'll notice the line is pulled back. So it's not 976. Likewise, for this one, we're going to offset this line above. So we click on it, pull above, do not click, because we're going to offset the line less than the 976. So the new distance is 826. Enter. And you notice the line is pulled back. Enter to end the command. Now, all I need to do to clean up now is use the shortcut trim option to clean up. Now, so it's TR, enter, enter. For the bedroom and the bathroom, we could just sweep across and offset the two of them together. Likewise, we could sweep across and offset these two together because the floor level is the same throughout the house. However, when it comes to the back door and the front door, we trim this line, but we only trim the inside line for front door and the back door. And the reason for that is because the floor level is higher than the ground level. Ground level outside is below. So that line indicates that you're actually stepping up. So it's difference in elevation. So if you trim out both lines, then you are suggesting that both ground and floor is at the same level. That means you live in a river course. If rainfall, water does run right through the building because there is no step up. So we need to leave that line to indicate that there is a step up. So do not trim the outside lines for front door, back door. Yes, we could have a step down inside the house. And if that was the case, we would leave the line there. So for example, if you had to step down to go into the bathroom, then we would do that. Sometimes people have a step down kitchen. They would leave the line level to show that you actually step down from one level. But in this case, across the building is the same floor level. So we don't need to leave any line in there except for the front door and the back door. Okay, everybody all right so far?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
All right, Miss West. Any other female in the group right now, online with us?
Don't think so, sir.
Wonder what happened to them. All right, well, Miss West, you are the class rep, so just let them know that as soon as Moodle is back up, I am going to be uploading videos. I hope they'll allow me to upload these files because they're normally large. All right, Alec is saying, sir. Sir about what?
What is the distance again for the
Distance of what? You have to
opening?
speak up a little louder.
I was saying the distance for the opening.
Which of the opening? Which of the opening? You're very low, you know, so you have to speak up loudly. You're asking.
The opening going into the bathroom.
Okay, that's 776. I'll put up the drawing so you can see it again. All right. So the bathroom offset distance is 776. Bedroom 826. Front and back door 976. Sounds like I need to give you a couple seconds to do that because you're working along with me. Let me know when you finish and you're okay.
Yes.
So that we can move on. All right, so the next set of opening will be window because we have done all the door openings already. We need to do the window openings now. All right. Now I'm going to take a different approach for the window openings. I'm not going to use the tracking because that will take too long. The tracking is when you want to do a one-off situation. But in the case of the window, you notice most of your windows front and back line up, left and right. So why not just do the two of them together rather than track one side and have to track the next side again? when they're opposite, when I could just offset and get the two windows one time. So I'm going to be using the offset and the trimming a lot for this. So I just offset and capture two windows one time. In most designs, you're going to find that back and front windows, side windows, and all those things line up. And it's for the purpose of what we call cross ventilation. So the windows blow right through freely, keep the place cool for cross ventilation. So you're going to find that most of the time, your windows line up sometime. So we could capture both windows at the same time rather than treating them one by one. So according to the drawing, you'll realize that the window at the back for the bedroom here is 1500 from this wall outside face, but it's the same 1500 at the front here too. Likewise, you see that this one is 1712 and it's the same 1712 here. So when we offset that line, we basically can treat with both front and back window at the same time. Likewise, we have 1500 here and 1500 here. So instead of using different offset distance, I'm going to go with 1500, which is a distance that keep repeating as my primary distance. And then when the other distances are different, I will just change them. So I'm going to start with the 1500. We have 2 minutes to this connection, so we're going to start. And when it gets closer to the time, I will just allow for disconnection and reconnection. All right, so let me go back to the drawing in the meantime. All right, so I'll start with the 1500. So it's O for offset, enter, and my offset distance will be 1500. Enter. So I'm going to offset the outside line, 1500 on the inside. I'm also going to be offsetting the top line because it's 1500 coming down. And there is also 1500 front line going up. All of those are 1500. However, this one is not 1500. This one is 1712. So we are going to do an override. So 1, 7, 1, 2, enter. So we have offset all 4 lines. Stay in the offset command. Right? So we are offsetting 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 of which was 1500. And then we had 1712. Now all 4 lines, I'm going to offset them 1800. We're in our last minute, so I'll just continue and then it will disconnect. So it's O, enter, or I could just press enter, enter. And I prefer to change the offset distance because it is the same again. So rather than doing override 4 times, we just offset 1800 going this direction. So the 4 lines that were offset, we're going to continue offsetting them for 1800 going further in on the building. So we offset 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800. And I know that one of them is not 1800, but we'll come back and fix that. All right. So let me end the recording now so that we could resume afterwards.